graduate, mount up my wings like an eagle seat. Turn all my dreams to reality. Ain't nothing on this earth gonna hold me back from his heart desires. He promised that if I have faith, if I believe, faith type of a mustard seed. I want to be blessed to be a blessing. Prosperous life, no more stressing. That won't know me from the moon to the sun. He'll keep blessing me in that recession. I got to do something with this life he give. His plan for me, that's what I wanna live. As long as I got God on my side, the hater just gonna have to let me fly. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Oh yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living there, the overflow. See, we got to speak that thing into existence. Living there, because it gonna happen. You gotta believe it.
What's up, what's up, what's up, world? What's up, Atlanta? What's up, Georgia? What's up, United States of America? What's up, world? Welcome to Overflow, the Everyday People Show. I'm your boy, RL, and she's your girl, who?
Jenny.
From the block. What's up, Jenny? What's going on? How was your day?
Everything. Oh, it was busy.
You had a busy day today.
I haven't eaten, so if y'all see me chewing on this,
I thought we weren't gonna talk about that.
I
You
know.
think you-
I have to be real. I've been starving
I
today.
thought we weren't gonna talk about you had nothing to eat because you saying that because you gonna blame me for it.
Nope.
Right? Why you ain't had nothing to eat? It's 7:00. Why you ain't had nothing to eat?
Been busy.
Oh, you been busy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what that got to do with the show? You ain't had nothing to eat. You just
So I want people to think I'm rude. They see me
you trying
snacking.
to embarrass me. That's why you trying to embarrass me
I
on
would
live.
not
You know what I'm
do
saying?
that. Never.
What anyway?
Never.
Listen, y'all, we want y'all to do us one favor. All we want y'all to do is just share this live to your favorite group, your favorite friend, your mom and the cousin, them. You know what I'm saying? Just share this live. Help your boy, your girl out, man. Just share this live. How y'all doing today, man? Y'all, this is the Everyday People Show. So we encourage y'all to, text us back and let us know something. Say hey or something.
I hope everybody enjoyed their break last week.
Go ahead. Continue. I
No,
don't want to be the one that be all the time.
No. I really hope everybody enjoyed their break. Some were off, some weren't, but either way, I hope you enjoyed it with your children, with your family. The weather was nice, so I just hope everybody got relaxed and rejuvenated. I know I did. I did little of nothing.
So how did you do your week off? What did you do with your week off?
Slept in till like 2 in the afternoon. That's terrible, but
Slept in the 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Wow. What you do on your break?
I just relaxed and I went
to
Savannah. And I went to Savannah.
I've been saying, what you do on your break?
On the other days, I did little of nothing. Seriously, I usually try to organize and do little projects. I did nothing, and I didn't feel bad about it.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, but listen, y'all, we would love y'all to share this live. Feel free to comment on the live. We have a special guest today. Lucretia I almost messed the name. I almost said Lucretia Jordan. Lucretia Gordon. It's almost summertime. This is the time of year where a lot of people do a lot of traveling, man, and that's a headache. And especially when you got a lot of people going with you and stuff like that. Where's the go? Do you need passports? Yeah. If you're traveling out of the country, what else you think?
As far as like what she does, or just in general?
I mean, what the summer bring? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, a lot of people want to travel, so and when it comes to traveling, people may not always get to go to certain places that they would like to go because of money.
Yeah.
And I understand that sometimes we go where we can afford to go. And I think that people should be able to experience not necessarily luxury, like just over the top, but just to have more experiences like traveling to other countries where it's not breaking your pocket.
So hopefully she'll have some steals and deals that she can talk about. So if y'all out there, y'all have any travel questions that y'all want to ask our guest today, feel free to ask the question. Last week we had the opening season show was, I think it was a good show.
It was very lively.
Yeah, I was sad to see a lot of my old folks turn conservative now. Like,
it was a very lively show, and I enjoyed it. I quietly observed, and it was nice. It was fun, and I think it went over an hour. It was a 3 hour.
A 3 hour tour. Now, yeah, it was like a little over 2, but with charisma, he added another 30 minutes with him, man. But that's my dude, though. I'm trying to see if she can connect right. Oh, there she is right there. So we gonna reach out her bio first. Then we're gonna bring up none other than Lucretia Gordon. I got Jordan in my head. I keep having Jordan in my head, Lucretia Gordon. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to read her bio, and then we're going to bring her up. Okay, go ahead. You read her bio, Jen.
All right. So Lucretia is the passionate founder of Gordon Global Enterprise, a boutique travel company dedicated to crafting unforgettable journeys for curious explorers. With a deep love for adventure and over 11 years of experience in the travel industry, Lucretia specializes in creating personalized travel experiences that go beyond the guidebook, such as Disney, Marriott, Hawaii, and Jamaica. From luxury getaways to immersive cultural tours, her mission is to turn dream vacations into reality, one destination at a time.
One destination at a time. And also, y'all, she's indulged in other things. We'll let her talk to y'all about that. But without further ado, y'all, we like to bring to the stage Mrs. Lucretia Gordon.
Hello. Can y'all hear me and see me okay?
Yes.
Look,
What's going on?
How are you? I don't know why you stumbling on my last name. Look, you just should have took it all the way back to old school. You just should say Adams, right?
Yeah, but I don't disrespect your husband by doing that.
Look, well, let me tell you, Adams don't leave me. So you ain't disrespecting me. It ain't leaving. It ain't going nowhere. I'm Adams first and always. How about that? Great evening. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How you doing?
I am absolutely sitting on top of the world because the bottom is just too crowded.
All right, then. So what's going on with you?
I am absolutely having an amazing time. Just as you guys talk about it, I was laughing at you, Jen, when you said, you spent your time off as far as the vacation. You just basically spent your time sleeping at 2:00. Everybody not able, right? To just sleep to 2:00, but that's the amazing part. Yes.
So if y'all watching, y'all have any questions for Miss Gordon, please feel free to type them in the box. If y'all want to come on live, just holler at your boy, man. I'll bring y'all on live to ask a question. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't trust me to say the right thing, you know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
Anyway, you want a monologue or anything before you get started,
Yeah, I was just going to say, I will share. So what actually got me into the travel industry is, of course, just as you have up there as a Army veteran. So yes, we get to travel while we're in the military, but you do understand it's always someplace they want us to go, not necessarily where we want to go ourselves, right? But now I get the plum pleasure and privilege to go where it is I want to go and when I want to go. And just as you was talking about, Jen, I heard you say it's all about that experience for not just us, but what if we're able to do that for our kids and then our kids' because some of us, we do have those grands, right? I don't call mine grand, and I don't have them to call me grandmama. Have them to call me G-baby. I mean, G-ma. Because guess what, y'all, I think I still got a little thug in me, right? So I'm G-ma. I ain't granny. I ain't
y'all young grandmothers, you need to stop that. Y'all grannies. Y'all
I
grannies.
just told you I was G-Ma.
And don't and live with it.
No, no, absolutely not. So I understood. And I was like, look, if I'm already traveling, when I was introduced to it, I said, I'm already traveling. I understand it. Why not own it? So that is absolutely what got me into the industry. And I was like, so just as I said, love, love, love creating those dream vacations for those people. So I always say, come plan your dream vacation with me.
Okay.
Because you're right. Not all of us have that money. And I like to do, and we start to plan out. You know what I'm saying? So just like now, this is the time to start planning for 2026. Not even if you're going, you know what I'm saying, if you don't have that income or that, you know what I'm saying, that money to be able to spend on those packages. No, so start early. Go ahead and go on it, you know what I'm saying, project out, start early. And this is absolutely that time. Because even if it's not this year, well, let's make sure we plan for next year, you know. So those are some of the things that I always like to tell, you know what I'm saying, tell my clients, let's start now. So yeah.
All right.
So let me ask you a question. You just mentioned start planning for 2026. So do you have any like short term, like is there anything you can do like short term, like 4 months out, 6 months
Oh yeah,
out?
absolutely. So again, and I have to be honest with you. So anytime when you're doing that, when you are doing those short trips, yeah, you don't have to spend a lot of money. So even if it is that you're just going down to maybe, you know what I'm saying, if you're just going down to Florida, find some place to where, again, it's a free park. You know what I'm saying? To where you're not having to pay all of that money, especially for those that have more than one, one kid. So find those places to where you can actually go. Even here in Georgia, there are some spots that you can actually go to, you know what I'm saying, that you don't have to spend a lot of money. It don't take a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of planning. Just it's the weekend. Just go shoot down, come back the same day. We even have it to where you can actually even go to some of the hotels or some of the resorts here in Georgia to where you can actually do a day pass. So you can actually purchase a day pass and just say, look, y'all know how it is when the kids get hot. And we want them to get out of the house. Let's just go do a day pass at the hotel. Go do a day pass. Look, use their pool. I don't have to have a pool. That's the part that I like about it. I don't have a pool in my backyard, but I think it's sexy though. But the secret is I don't swim either.
Uh-oh. I thought you were the only non-swimmer, Jim.
No, sir.
I'm not afraid of water, but I'm not a good swimmer, but I will get in it up to my neck. And I even go under the water. I just not a good swimmer.
But if you were me, don't get into it no farther than your ankles.
Well, see, and I'm okay. Look, that's me too, Jen. Look, what you're not gonna do is to make us feel some kind of way. No, that's me as well. Like, now, see, I'm a little short, so I'm only 5'1". So even if it starts get to my neck, I get a little nervous. So I just make sure mine just go to my waist and I'm good. But if I go under the water, it's me going underwater, not somebody else putting me under the water.
Exactly.
So, yeah. And that's a different story right there. Yes. But yeah, so I love it.
So if y'all watching, y'all have any question y'all want to ask, feel free to ask a question and I'll post the question to Mrs. Gordon. But in the meanwhile, until y'all come up with some questions like y'all bashful, I'll ask some questions.
Yes.
So do you have a question you want to ask?
I do. So from a financial standpoint, when someone meets with you, do you consult or do they consult with you about their financial abilities as to how to plan with the timing? Like, just say if they want to go on a particular trip that's very expensive, maybe that they couldn't do just on spot, would you give them a time frame, like to say for that trip, according to their finances, like a year out or 6 months? Do you base it on their financial abilities to help them plan a very expensive trip that maybe they couldn't pay for as early as like next day or in a month, you know?
So you're saying like if they give you a budget, can say like I got like $5,000 to work with. Well, how far can I go with that? Yeah. Where can I go and how long can I be there for $5,000?
Right. And that's exactly part of that conversation. And I always say, I like to say, I do an interview. And I always kind of ask because, and see, just as you said, Lamar, most people don't understand or don't know what their budget is. So what I kind of do is I break it down and I say, well, what type of hotels do you like to, stay in? Is it the Marriotts? Is it the, is it the Hiltons? Or I say, is it the ones with the numbers and the colors? You know, the Red Roof Inn, the Motel 6, the Super 8, and it's okay. So even if it is, now I know exactly what it is that I'm working with. Don't laugh, Lamar. I know exactly what it is that I'm working with, right? Because again, yes, I do understand it, but I always tell them, yeah, my suggestion is, hey, no, let's not go now. Let's plan for next year. So that way, not only are you able to pay for your trip, but you also have some spending money. And invite other people to go with you, because you know it's always fun when you have a group. Always better to have a group. But yeah, that's part of my interview. Is asking them, and then sometimes I ask them, especially when you have some of those ones that say, "Oh no, I want to go in July because my birthday is July, so I want to go." And I ask them, "Okay, are you deposit ready?" And deposit ready just basically means your deposit can go anywhere between $300 to $500. Are you ready to pay that? And not just for you, but it's per person. Can you handle that? And if you can't, then yeah, that's what we need to talk about. We're gonna need to revamp that. Let's go another time. Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah, this is a question I saw you post on Facebook. I'm just gonna throw this out there for the people tuning in so they can mail over it. You know, if you become rich today, what would you do first thing next morning? And I was laying in the bed. And I was like, what would I do? You know what I'm saying? That's why I reached out to you. I read that. I said, what would I do?
That's a good question.
Yeah. So if y'all post that question in the comment section, you know, y'all ponder over that a little bit.
I would love to know.
If
you see what I said?
The next morning,
I'm calling the whale.
What that mean, calling the whale? What that mean?
Well, I won't be in today.
Oh, okay. I was saying,
that's my 2-week notice then.
That's it. Absolutely.
I ain't calling nothing. I ain't got nothing to do with you no more. You know what I'm saying? You calling me.
You want to be
that
disrespectful?
2-week notice in real quick.
That's it. Don't be disrespectful. Because see, you might just have that particular supervisor, right? That been getting on your nerve. That's the very one that you want to talk to that day. Be like, you know what? I'm calling in well. What does that mean? Just like y'all just asked, oh, well, I won't come in today, or well, I won't be back. Either one, right? Just already know that. Like, why? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But yeah.
But seriously though, I wouldn't put a 2-week notice in. I would finish out and figure out a plan of how I want to spend my life with that new money. That's good. Because I couldn't abandon what I do like that.
Okay.
Next question is, what services do you offer?
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, look, anything, trains, planes, automobiles, and also most people don't know sports and entertainment. So I always like to tell people, look, I get all of my Atlanta Falcons, my Atlanta Hawks, my Georgia Bulldogs. I purchase all of them from myself. Even if I wanted to go to a Beyonce concert, I can purchase that as well. So those are part of the services also that I actually offer. So everything. Look, when you need to walk from one place to another, when you're traveling, everything. So I'm not limited to anything.
Wow.
That's a great question as well.
So you like set up like you don't set up like say like I need a ride from place to place. Do you like set that up too like a chauffeur or something like that? Not a high price chauffeur, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know those little black trucks they be having.
Yep. Look, even if you wanted to do like they do the what is it, the club buses or when they get those ones
Party
for their
buses.
birthdays. Yes, we do. I do the shuttles. Also do any and all of those. If you wherever it is, any kind of transportation. Yeah, but if you need a private pickup from the airport, do those as well. From
A to Z. Okay.
If you wanted that prom date in the limo, yes.
Okay, you have another question? If y'all watching, y'all have a question, please ask question. Don't just be nosing now.
Well, that's sometimes how they get it.
No, I'm just messing with them. They know I'm gonna joke.
So so judging from everything that you do, you seem to be passionate about financial peace, like where you get to live and do things in a wise way and enjoy your life. Because I think a lot of times we are born with ignorance. We're not taught and trained how to really manage our finances. So when we die,
Right.
it's a lot of issues. When it's time to go on vacation, we miss out. So like it seems like everything that you do is wrapped around helping people to better understand how to financially live in a way where even when they die, they're covered with
They leaving
helping,
something.
leaving their family, leaving for their family.
Absolutely. And of course, you know what I'm saying, just as you know, Jen, growing up in, you know what I'm saying, those projects. And that's what I tell, I share with people, and I would say, look, I didn't come from money, but money will come from me. And I said, but when we know better, we have to do better. Because of course, those conversations about anything financial literacy, that wasn't had when I was in high school. Nobody ever talked to me about, hey, well, what do you plan on doing after high school? Or how you going to get this money? Investing? What? No,
Right.
You find that out, you know what I'm saying, later on in life. And I have to be honest with you. Now, partnering up with this business, this is exactly where it's come from. We have a compensation plan, but it is absolutely connected to personal development. But that's exactly where I'm getting it from. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that I love about this company, because that's exactly what it's teaching us. You know what I'm saying? No, not just go out there and go spend your money. No, go make the money, go save the money, pay your bills, and then, of course, invest. But that's what we have to do, because we just not just live for today. And we shouldn't be living paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean? So I started early. Even when I first joined the military, you know what I'm saying? Even with saving, because again, I just didn't know when that next, you know what I'm saying, when I was going to be able to get some money. Even when I was standing, I started working at 12. I had to tell a tale, but I started working at 12. And my first job was at Bankhead Court Recreation Center. I was 12 years old, but I lied and said I was 13. But that was because I didn't want to depend on somebody else to give me my money. I don't want to have to ask for my money. No, I need to make my own money. And that's exactly how, you know what I'm saying, I teach my kids. No, go out and make your own. Don't wait for somebody. But what I feel is, no, most people, they don't want to hand out. They want to hand up because they don't know how to get it. And because I got the information, that's what I like to share. That's why I'm passionate about it. Yes.
And I got her motto is sharing is caring.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
sharing is caring.
Yeah, because a lot of times people are intimidated by the financial language. It's like we were taught to work, save for a rainy day, and just spend.
Right.
Save a little, spend a lot.
Pay
your bills, and just as long as you got your bills paid, you're good. But we know life happens, and a lot of things happen that we can't control. And I think it's amazing that you have that passion, because you don't see it a lot in our community. As far as like educating others about how to live and actually be successful with your finances when you're talking about the major things in life. Because we go through things that are important, but then we want to enjoy our life too. So.
Exactly. I mean, because of course, just we say life is gonna life, right? But not only that, I find also, even like, of course, these millennials and these Gen Zs, they want to spend money on something. I'm like, did that bring you a return on your investment? Right. Now, so yeah, we can all go out and go spend $200, but what is that doing? So that is something collecting dust or something you'll never see again. So why not just take that same $200 and invest in something that's going to bring you a return on your investment? And I say, if you're 25 years old and you can't get your hand on $200, your plan A is not working. Because guess what? Y'all know nowadays with the way the country is going now, we're not, all of us are not, most of us that are working, because I still have a full-time job. We're not guaranteed that job. Right. It can be anytime they can walk up in there and say, hey, your service is no longer needed. Where do we go from there? That's why you got to make sure you got something to fall back on. And most people say, girl, ain't nobody doing that. Like, I'm not finna do. And I said, well, it's okay. Because I asked that question and I said, it'll hit a little different when you asking people this question. But you know what? You don't want to do what I'm doing. So if not this, then what? If not now, then when? But what happens, if just so happen, we pray not, but if you go out there and you have a car accident, you're no longer able to work, but you got young kids under the age of 5. Where do they go from here? Who can they depend on? Who's going to be bringing in that income? I said, see, those questions that we don't think about. If you passed away, where does that leave your kids? What does that leave your family, period? We don't think about that because we don't talk about that. But that's the conversation we need to be having. So that's why I do a lot of that talking like about that.
So Gordon Global Enterprise, what all y'all do? Do y'all do more than just travel stuff?
Network marketing.
Network marketing.
It is network marketing as well as travel. So basically my network marketing, I am in the business in the travel industry.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I'm able to talk about on the, of course, my network marketing side is where I'm able to talk about that residual, able to talk about being able to leave a legacy. You know what I'm saying? Because again, travel is going to happen. Travelers gonna travel. There's nobody we know that's allergic to travel because it's gonna happen. We don't have to bend nobody's arm to travel. We're gonna sacrifice for whatever it is that we want to do, when we want to go, and who we want to go with. That is okay. But I always say, look, still make sure you have something to fall back on. At least when you come back, you still got some money in the bank. You ain't just, outright just bid everything. But that's how they do. Some people just wild out, not take everything out. Okay, that's a great question.
Yeah. So what type of trips do you specialize in?
So I specialize in group cruises. I love the group cruises, as well as Hawaii, because I was stationed in Hawaii. So I had to know, I needed to know about all the islands in Hawaii. Even went to 3 of them while I was there, in Jamaica. So my father-in-law is actually from Jamaica. So, which means my husband has a little Jamaican in it. So I love Jamaica. So the very first time that my kids got to go to Jamaica, they went to Jamaica before we did. So we were on our way, heading to Iraq. They were heading to Jamaica. So they did that 7-day cruise, but that is why I'm interested. You know what I'm saying? I love Jamaica because, again, love the culture, love the food. That is why I went. Oh, and Disney. You got to do Disney. Oh, yeah. I love doing Disney because we all got the kids in us. Look, we all got the kids in us.
Talking about this the other day, I told him, I said, I love some Disney World.
I
love it.
Yeah. But and guess what? Some people be thinking, oh, no, I can't go to Disney. You can go to Disney as an adult.
Yeah. Yes.
Because guess what? We still big kids. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we are still big kids. Because if you live in your life too seriously, that take you somewhere. That's too much stress. Oh, yeah, that is a great question. So
y'all watching? This is we're here with Lucretia Gordon, U.S. Army veteran, travel agent, founder of Gordon Global Enterprise, and her motto is sharing is caring, y'all.
Caring
so
is caring.
She really wants to share with y'all some information. So if y'all have questions, please feel free to ask her any questions about a trip you want to plan. I'm pretty sure if it's going to be a trip, they got to be next year, right?
Yes.
A short trip that they can do this year, like in the winter or something like that. What about that? You think it's too late to plan something for the winter?
Absolutely.
Are you saying it is too late? Or
you go out there to Colorado? Look, if they want to go out to Colorado and hit the slopes, they can do that as well. I can go ahead and put them on that anytime they want to go out there in the snow. Yes, absolutely. Yes, it is a big world out there. And that's the thing about travel, because there's some people that are saying, well, you know what, I need to know this. That's why those particular places are my niche, because I don't need to know everything about travel. Because guess what? It's too large. It is too broad. Like you'll never know everything about the travel industry. So that's why I'm gonna stick to what I like and what I know that my people are interested in. So those that I have, those clients, that's what we're interested in. But I will say this too. A lot of the times when we are, traveling, some people like to just kind of stay with, just the same, same spots or so. So what I've done is I was talking to my brother about it, and I told him, and I said, well, you know what, I want to start next year, and I want to do, something of a couples every year. Couples get together, and I wanted to do February. I said, February is Valentine's Day. I don't celebrate that because that's actually my anniversary day. So I said, you know what, before our anniversary for that particular month, I said, let's go somewhere different every year. I said, and we'll start with the first letter of somebody's name. I said, because it would be my trip. My first name is Lucretia. So the first trip we're going is to Los Cabos. So wherever we go, it has to start with the first letter of your name.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Instead of just keep going to the same places all the time.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so tell the people, how long have you been in this business?
I have been in this industry it'll be actually 11 and a half years in July. But I've been with this company it'll be 10 years, October the 26th. Because I was with another project prior to this one.
You have a question, Jen? Y'all have any questions y'all want to ask? Feel free to ask questions. She's here to take all your travel questions.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, feel free. I see a lot of y'all watching, but y'all ain't seeing them. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Don't make
Look, they may not have any questions right now.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't know. I'm not thinking about no.
Maybe they just want to soak up the information.
That's it.
Do you have a contact where people can reach you while we're talking? Like, I can put your contact up And maybe they
Absolutely.
just want to
I'm
catch up.
laughing at myself because I know usually when you're looking at other kind of shows and they was like, well, what is your social media handle? How can they reach you? How can they reach you on social media? So for, of course, Facebook, I am Lucretia Gordon on Facebook. I am Lucretia Gordon 3 on Instagram. And y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, don't ask me about TikTok because I don't know which one it is. I don't know what that is. But my business website is lucretiagordon.intellitravel.com. So that is where you can actually go, even if you wanted to just go and go take a tour around my around my site, my website, you're able to do that as well. And and Jen, and I'm not sure if you know, but I know Lamar knows that even with me even doing this, I also share with other people how they're able to own their own travel business also. That again, where that marketing side go in it. And I know some people be like, oh no, I don't want to do that. I love the part because I can pick up the phone and because I'm connected to some of our suppliers, I can just call the phone because I don't know everything, what I'm saying about,
Right.
I don't need to know. That's why I say I love it because I can just pick up the phone. If I needed somebody that was going to Sandals in Bali, since they're talking about yes, do Bali, I can call my preferred partners in Bali and say, hey, I have a group that's coming over. They want to come September 2026. It's 8 of them. So look, I need to do a couple of tours. Can you send me a quote and I can send it to my clients? Yeah. They're going to put all of that together for me. I've never been to Bali, but they're going to put that together for me. And because they are one of our preferred partners, that's who we trust. That's what we're going with because those are who we use. So, but guess what? They put it together. I earn a commission. So that's why I share with other people. And I'm like, if you're already doing it, get your commission.
So you did read the question. Speak Life said,
yes.
Yes, so you have trips for Bali.
Now, and you know what? And so I even sent you, so I even have a quote, as a matter of fact, for Bali that I actually sent Lamar, that again, I could just, we can just kind of show you. So if you wanted to do that, Lamar, we can show, Speak Life.
Which one
Bali
was
trip.
that? I see. Fascinating. Okay. It's gonna add it.
So yeah, if you can share that and just see that, and if you have any other questions about that, but all of the information is there, and I love it because you actually get to see what what you all get when it is, what I'm saying, what's the deposit, and then even if you scan the QR code, it'll bring you again, back to me, you know what I'm saying. So all of the information.
I don't know. They can see those words on there, but
you say you don't know if they can see them.
Yeah.
Look, maybe they screen big, so they'll be able to see it.
Hopefully they will.
But yes, I mean, I'm saying, so like I say, there's no place that I can't, that I cannot just, do a trip for. So that's a great question, Speak Life. But yes, definitely want to do Bali. And look, I've already heard that swing, so I'm a little nervous because I am going to Bali. I'm a little nervous about that swing over, so high up in the air, but I'm gonna bring my courage out and I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Jen, and I don't know if so let me ask you a question. So where are some of the places that you've gone out of country?
I honestly, I've not been out of the country. Like that is, and that's just based on the path of my life. Growing up, I was talking to Robert about this the other day. Growing up in a household full of kids, a lot of siblings. Gotcha. We didn't travel. Like summers were what they were. And the first time I actually got on a flight, an airplane, just going to just another city and state in the U.S. was when I was 24. It was the first time I got on a plane when I was 24. So it is, I've been a lot of places, but I've not been out of the country. So
the only place I've been out of the country was Toronto.
So I have that to look forward to.
Yes.
And but I have traveled, and it's just been within the US, and I've had a lot of fun. But I'm looking for, experiences that are beyond what I know.
That's good.
I've heard a lot of wonderful things about other places, like Africa.
Because at least you're open to it. So that's good. That's the better part. You know what I'm saying? Instead of us just always having that, that stigma is like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. No, have have an open mind about it. You know what I'm saying? And being just like you said, want to experience more. And see, not just like, so with me being in the military, my kids got to go some of the places, like even when I was stationed in Hawaii. Yeah, my kids lived in Hawaii with me, you know what I'm saying? But the same, it's different when you go back to go tour. You know what I'm saying? It's different when you go on vacation in other places or so. So that is absolutely, and I can't wait till my G babies get old enough. Now they all have, well, one of them has a passport. So I can't wait till we get to the point to where her and I, we're gonna be traveling. It's gonna be G-Ma and the G babies.
Well, look, I'm ready though. I have a passport. I've had it for a
Good.
minute, so I'm ready.
Good.
I am saying no more.
Say no
12
more.
want to know, do it take a lot of money?
Well, and again, depending on what it is that you want, what it is that you're looking to do, you know what I'm saying, with your travels. So if you're looking to maybe go, you know what I'm saying, a short tour or a long tour, and depending on what your luxuries are, you know, depending on what type of resort you want. So like for me, going to the resorts, I like the swim outs now. So I've got a little spoil. Some people call it a bougie, but I'm okay with that. Look, I'm so okay with that. But when I got the first taste of a swim out, and that basically means when you step out of your room onto your patio, there's a pool. You got a little private pool that you step out to. Now, y'all heard me say earlier, I do not swim, but I can look real cute sitting in my lounge chair right in that swim out pool. So again, depending on what your luxuries are.
I saw another question. It's Stanford. He asked.
My homie Stanford. What's going on, Stanford? What's up?
He asked, do you have the capabilities for all modes of travel, flights, cruise, etc.?
And I do. Look, and I absolutely do. That's a great question. So even and some of us get to slipping on Amtrak too. Even the train. We got Rocky Mountain Mountaineer to where you can actually go from the East Coast to the West Coast. There is an express train for that one as well. To where you actually have cabins on on the trains also. You have your individual cabins to where you can sleep on the train. So yeah, even have access to the trains.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people also be wanting to know, have also access to the vacation rentals by owners, the VRBO, Verbo, also Airbnb, any and all vacation rentals have access to those as well. Mm-hmm.
Out of curiosity, out of those different ones, are there any that are a little bit better than others?
What do you mean, the vacation rentals?
Yeah,
I like Verbo. Okay. And one of the very reasons is what I found out with Verbo. Verbo do a better job at actually screening your, you know what I'm saying, your clients or so. And I'm actually a client as well as a vacation rental by owner. So when I moved to my husband and I, we moved to Virginia, our home here in Augusta, we actually had it on Verbo. Okay. So because we were living up there, we was renting our house out here. So of course, Master just left Sunday, right? So even usually if my daughter wasn't working Masters, then we would have rented our house out. So we went down to Valdosta to her, but we'd rented the house out during Masters and usually during any of the holidays and stuff like that. So anytime those families, they have the big families, they come in. But I found that the Airbnb, it's almost like anybody and everybody, you know what I'm saying? So they don't screen as well. That you even some of the scams, because you will get a lot of the scams, but you'll know who's serious because sometimes they're saying, hey, well, if you just send me the address, I send you a check for 3 months because we're going to be that, you automatically know it's a scam. So, and it's easy for, you know what I'm saying, Verbo, just go ahead and go and say, well, we're going to go ahead and block them, or, you know what I'm saying, and just try to get that. So that way you don't even have to worry about that. Okay. But yeah, great so I like that one better.
And Masters, y'all, in case y'all didn't know, that's a huge sporting golf event. In case
yes,
not talking about her husband.
Oh, no, I know, right? That's good. That's good.
No, absolutely, that's good. First, she say Master when Master was here. I'm like, hold on, Master.
Yeah, okay, Master, the golf tournament. Look, the golf tournament.
It dawned on me when you said a golf.
Yes, but you talking about, man, that is like $1 billion industry. Them doing that Master, that bring in a lot of my absolute staff for Fort Gordon, Augusta, Georgia. Yes, it is. Yes. And look, and guess what? I get to put those packages together as well. Mm. If you want the Kentucky Derby, if you want to go out to any of the Kentucky Derby, any of the the rodeos, any and all of those, yes, able to do any and all of that. Mm-hmm. Look, Stafford sound like he know a little bit about what's going on down here in these Masters. Now, so wait a minute. So Lamar, you don't go?
Stanford a military guy. He's a military guy too. So
gotcha. Okay. So wait a minute. So Lamar, Jen, y'all don't golf?
No, I don't golf. I don't golf.
He
I just don't.
doesn't.
I
I
don't.
like to. I play
I mean,
around
a
the
lot of people
top golf.
think it's a lot of pleasure in it. I don't see. I said no. It just when something ain't you, you know it ain't you. I can try to do it. You know what I'm saying? Try to
Right.
fit in, try to look cool and hang like
Mhm.
like you know what I'm saying. And so I
Right.
just don't go. It's kind of like I would love to. I don't fish either, but I would love to try fishing.
I'm
So
gonna read a book on fishing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna be reading a book. But golfing, I just heard, you know, saying, okay, he was stationed at Fort Gordon. I see you. Okay, he must be signal. So that just basically means he does a lot with the radios and phones and stuff, y'all. When I say signal, so because usually those ones that get stationed at Fort Gordon, they're signal. See,
yeah.
that's part of travel as well, right? But I know they said with a lot of business happened on the golf course, so you can get a lot of business done on the golf course.
Mm.
I'm with you though, Robin. I don't know how, but okay.
So, what destination do you recommend for my
Okay.
travel preference? So, for anybody, like, what you recommend? Like, okay, this is a steal over here. Like, y'all need to hop on this. You know what I'm saying? This is a steal right here.
I would say cruises and resorts.
Okay.
And the reason why I say cruises and resorts, because again, once you've already paid for your cruise, all your food, where you're staying at, is already included.
Right.
So the same thing with the resorts. Now, and know this, any and all the resorts, the only all-inclusives are all of the Caribbean, but not Puerto Rico. Because Puerto Rico is actually part of the United States. So that is not an all-inclusive, because I have a lot of people say, yeah, can you find me an all-inclusive in Puerto Rico? No, it is not. Maldives is not an all-inclusive. Maldives is a resort, but it's not an all-inclusive. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? You are able to, again, but it's a nice spot. Look, it is a nice spot. Has some amazing bungalows over the water. Now that's sexy as well. When you're standing on a bungalow, you can actually see your floor. You can see the water. So yeah, but yeah, that's what I would always say. It's always the cruises first, because again, any and all everything already comes with your cruise.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
What cruise line do you prefer? Would you recommend for someone, or are you just like, I don't want to tell you that because you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm gonna say because, and again, depending
you know, some of them like hood. It's one of them. Oh, this hood right here.
But see, this is the thing, though.
Say this hood.
Right, but this is the thing. Depending on what it is that they're looking for, because you do have some people now. Well, I'm gonna be depending on the age group, because of course, again, we already know the Gen X's, the Gen X, the millennials, and the Gen Z. We all want Carnival. Carnival is the fun ship. Now, you can also go on Royal Caribbean. So you're looking at Carnival. Carnival is the fun ship. And then you got Royal Caribbean. So Royal Caribbean is, yes, it's family oriented, but they don't party like Carnival does. Yes, you do have some ratchet on Carnival. It's just that I've been on Carnival. I think I've done like 11 cruises on Carnival. I've not had that experience. But I know I've seen it, you know what I'm saying, on Facebook or on, you know what I'm saying, on the social media, but I've not had that experience. I've been on Norwegian. I've been on Royal Caribbean. I've also done Princess. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying, Princess is more of for the older crowd. So is Norwegian. Norwegian is a different culture. It's a different type of people that want Norwegian.
Let me ask you this. Would you say a certain time of year when you plan a cruise make a difference in maybe the type of crowd?
Yeah, I mean,
experience.
Right. One, because again, anytime you're doing the cruises without the kids, that's, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be what it is. But you don't want to exclude, you know what I'm saying, those parents that want to take their kids, you know what I'm saying, on those cruises. So it depends on, you know what I'm saying, where they want to go, the boat or the airplane best.
I guess
I'm gonna say the airplane.
What's the best way to travel?
Look, yeah, I'm gonna say the airplane, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I say no more, because I'm trying to get to my destination as fast as possible. Because I'm trying to make sure I capitalize on all of my time. And even when I'm setting up my clients, when they're leaving, I ask them, hey, what times do you like to leave? Because not everybody like to leave early in the morning like Lucretia. So I have to ask them, what time would you rather leave? Because I'm trying to get you at least at that airport, your flight leaving out at 5:30. And if you're going to the Caribbean, I'm trying to get you to the Caribbean at least by 10 o'clock in the morning. Although your room may not be open to 3, you know what I'm saying, may not be ready to 3. But guess what? You can hand your bags off to the bella, leave your bags at the desk, and you can go ahead and go and enjoy the property until your room get ready. Why not capitalize on that? And we're going to leave out as late as possible.
Right.
I'm trying to make sure you get your money worth.
Are there any travel advisories or safety concerns in any specific destination? Like, look, don't go there. They robbing.
There are, and
I heard like pretty much everywhere you go, if you get off the beaten path, you
Right.
kind of like don't want to do that. But I heard like in what in Brazil, what the big city in Brazil, Rio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Well, see, and that's why, you know what I'm saying, that's why when I set, you know what I'm saying, my clients up, I make sure that when they're going on those tours, they're not doing that by themselves. Now, if they so choose so, if that is what they'll do, that's exactly what I do. And I just say, just understand you are on your own. But I would rather highly suggest, you know what I'm saying, no, go with the tour guide that knows exactly where they're going and how to get you back, you know what I'm saying, that already has your transportation compared to just going on your own. But yeah, I wouldn't suggest that. And even you saying all the way to Brazil, it was the same way just in Jamaica. Because it was a lot of the times, you know what I'm saying, that when those people weren't staying on the resorts, they were being robbed. You know what I'm saying? So you still have to be careful even with that, you know what I'm saying, in Jamaica. So we already know it's just like the United States. You just have to know, you know what I'm saying, where you're going and be with somebody that actually knows the area. That's what I would always suggest. And of course, we already know we're not doing no cruises during that hurricane season. That's a little bit, but that's a bit much. And, you know, and just as we talked about having a passport, I always tell my clients, I say, even if you're just going on a 3-day cruise, still make sure you get your passport. I don't care where you're going, get a passport. Because what people don't understand is just like a couple of years ago, when they had that storm in the Bahamas, when it tore up, you know what I'm saying? I can't remember which one it was, but when they actually tore up the Grand Bahamas and all of the Bahamas. So those people that was on those ships, they actually got stuck. So they had to just basically be out in the water and they had to go back to the other port compared to coming back through the Bahamas. Had they had their passport, they could have actually taken a flight out of that area and didn't have to stay on the ship. But when you're going with a birth certificate, those are you're limited basically.
So you don't
you're
need a
limited when you're
passport.
traveling.
You don't need a passport to cruise, right?
You don't, but I say get one.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm saying. So although you're cruising, but you just never know, you know what I'm saying? Because you may get stuck at, it just may be a storm and you know that you might be routed to go someplace else. But if you're able to get away from the storm and they're going to go ahead and let you fly out when you having a passport, that's the easy way. But when you have a birth certificate, they're not going to let you do it. So you be kind of stuck in place. That's a great question right there.
You have a question?
No.
No, you don't have a question?
And I'm about to say also, even with when my clients are traveling, you know what I'm saying, even before they're leaving out, just keep, you know what I'm saying, just making sure they stay abreast of what's going on. And even when they have, and I love it because the company I'm with, even when they have issues, you know what I'm saying, once they get to their destination, they don't even have to call me. They can actually call the suppliers. The supplier is going to handle it for me. I don't even have to handle it. It can be 2-3 o'clock in the morning, but the supplier is going to go ahead and make sure they handle it and they take care of my client for me. Because again, we always want to make sure that customer service is world-class customer service because we want the customer to come back because we want them to treat us like, you know what I'm saying, how we want to be treated. That's how we want them to be treated.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, we're here with Lucretia Gordon, U.S. Army veteran, travel agent, and she's here with your travel agent questions. If anybody got anything you want to plan for next year, she got you. She got you. Ask questions if you want to know, you know what I'm saying? Or you can go to a bootleg. You can be they had you staying in the hood.
And, you know, and let me say this with you saying that too, because I know we do understand there are a lot of scams out there. I always tell people because again, you know, most people that of course that know me that know, you know what I'm saying, we're growing up in the project, but those that don't, anytime they have business with me, I always say, thank you. Because again, you didn't have to give me your business, but I appreciate you allow me to, you know what I'm saying, to actually earn your business. Because not only that, I do know, you know what I'm saying, I heard a story, one young lady out of Minnesota that actually, and it hurt me to my heart, that took over 20 something people to an island. And when those people got there, they didn't have any rooms. So she just basically took their money. They didn't have any place to stay when they got there. She took their money and whatever it is that she did with it, you know what I'm saying? All I know is, and then these people, they scoundering. So those that was at, you know what I'm saying, the people that lives there or that usually would, you know what I'm saying, set you up for your accommodations, they scounded, you know, they were already booked up. So a lot of them had to end up staying with 4 or 5 people, you know what I'm saying, in a room that they didn't even know these people, but just staying with them, all because of somebody just basically scammed them and was just taking their money. And you know what I'm saying? It just did them in just any kind of way. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all, and I know we're live, Lamar, but that's a whole different situation for me. Because what we're not going to do is to play with people's money. We're not. Now, that take me to a whole different situation. And anybody that if I knew that tried to do that right there, we're going to hurt some feelings. We're going to have to hurt some feelings.
So since we hear, you know, like you say, people kind of like, they kind of like if it were who they get their money to and especially their money. So how can they do you have a way to provide like references or customer testimonies, something like that on your website or anything?
Absolutely.
People say, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And I tell you, so even with me, before I do anything with you, I have you to sign a credit card authorization form. So you're going to have to give me authorization because, again, that covers you, it covers me, and it also covers the company that I'm under the umbrella of. Because I'm not trying to get my business I'm not trying to get my business shut down. I am not doing this jail thing. Y'all, I like orange, but I don't like those orange and no jumpsuit. And I don't do stripes like that. No. We're not going to do that. So absolutely make sure that, you know what I'm saying, provide those references and already have that. So that another reason why we're talking about we're a company. I'm going to text you a company that's been in the industry for over 30 plus years. So even our now CEO, he used to be an agent with the company when they first started. But IntelliTravel is the originators of being able to be a home-based travel agent from home. So they're the ones that created this, you know what I'm saying, this platform for us to be able to be travel agents from home. That's the part that I love about it. And I said, when I tell you guys have an amazing presence in the travel industry, because he actually sits on the board. If you guys watch anything about the Dow Jones, the stock market, he's actually, anytime they have anything, they want to know anything about the travel industry, they call on our CEO, Mr. James Farrar, because he sits on any and everything that goes on in the travel industry. So yeah, that's good.
Okay, so what are the fees and charges associated with your services?
Me personally, I don't charge you. So what I would do is I would look you up a quote one time. I would look you up a quote a second time, but the third times I'm not doing it, because again, like I always say, my business, this is my business. This is not a hobby for me. One, because I got a full-time job. So I'm not going to play with your time, and I'm not going to let you play with mine. So I don't charge people for, you know what I'm saying, for services. So whatever it is that, you know, you're paying for your trip, that's what you're going to pay for your trip. So yeah, I don't charge services.
So you get commission or something when you book
right.
or something? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I get commission on the back end. So that's another reason why I don't charge service. Now there are some people that, you know what I'm saying, that will add to their commission, but I don't. Lucretia don't. Because just as we said, look, we always want to make sure, hey, people, look, we want you to go on these trips and enjoy yourself. I'm not trying to we're not breaking the bank over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it.
What you got,
James? Yeah. So for all the audience, y'all, we need to get out. Look, let's not just go, you know what I'm saying, just local. Y'all, let's go to the other countries. Let's just go to another country. Let's go see what's going on. So Lamar, I will say, so, you know, me and my two BFF that we've been best friends since second grade, we're actually going to enjoy our 55th birthday, and we'll be in France. And that was nice. Jean and Tara.
Who?
Jean and Tara.
Oh, okay.
You
say Jean?
Yeah, Jeannie.
Oh, Jeannie. Jeannie. Oh, okay. Jeannie Miller.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So we still hang, we still try, and that's exactly what we do. So again, and now I also not only get to experience some of the travel with my kids, but I also get to do it with my best friends as well.
That's awesome. Right. Y'all enjoy yourselves.
Oh, absolutely. Look, we're looking forward to that.
If y'all have any questions for Lucretia Gordon as pertaining to traveling, please post it in the comment section, and we'll read it out too. And she got you, man, because she loves to share information. Because what, Lucretia?
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
Absolutely.
Ain't no need to hold on to it. Forgot already.
Look, ain't no need to hold on to it because I can't take it with me. Like, no.
Right.
That's the thing. Look, they've been holding on to it for too long already.
Okay, are there any specific help vaccination requirements for traveling to a specific destination? Like you need this to go there, or is this something you have to? Is this something you're gonna research as you go? Like
Right. It'll be absolute, you know what I'm saying, as you go. So of course, when we were during the pandemic, definitely, you know what I'm saying, every place that we went, we had to make sure that we was vaccinated or, you know what I'm saying, and get, those tests done because you had to have that up front before you even get going anywhere. They don't care because you've already paid your money. If you didn't get that vaccination done, you didn't get insurance. People, get the insurance. Get the insurance. I know you're going to probably saying, oh, well, no, that's too much. No. We have car insurance. Why? For just in case, right? You want to make sure you got travel insurance just in case, because we never know what can happen. Anything can come up, but you want to make sure that you are covered to be able to get all of your income back or all of your money back, or at least get a credit, get the insurance. Now, I got to tell y'all, it used to be a time when I didn't get the insurance when I was in the military. Now, I was on slippery slopes because it could have been any time that they could have denied my leave and I couldn't go on that trip. So I was like, no. But when you know better, you do better. Okay, Bo said.
Oh, I love his comment. I mean, that's
read it.
so it says I've never flown before. I do want to go somewhere. I will definitely go through your traveling service. I haven't been past Sweetwater Park and Callaway Gardens. I gotta get out the 285. Hey, it's
Yes,
never too
you
late.
do.
Never too late.
You do.
Like
You
never
do,
too
Bo.
late. I didn't get on my first flight till I was 24. So
Christian, if you have are you on your cell phone or your laptop?
I'm on the computer.
Okay, if you can text me your information, and I can put it on the scroll at the bottom so people can,
Okay.
while they hear, instead of waiting to the end of the show to do it. Come on, Bo, man. I know you've been farther than that, man.
So you see, I was about to say that's my website right there. But yeah, it is absolutely never too late. And what I would say is because you've never flown before, go on a short trip. So even if it is from, let's say you wanted to go down to Miami, just do a quick flight, and it's probably about an hour and a half.
yeah.
That's it. Just get on the flight, go to Miami. But it's not as it's not like it's not as scary as you would think it is. Yeah. It is not. But yeah, I love it. I think last year I was on the flight at least 2 or 3 times a month. How about I said, I think next month I'm on the flight probably about 4 or 5 times because I'll be going down to Miami, come back from Miami and heading to Jamaica the very next day, come back from Jamaica, then heading up to Virginia. So yeah, that's a good mode of transportation, an amazing mode of transportation.
Do y'all have like clout? Do y'all have like can y'all like help people get like a passport? Like, look, these folks want to go here. Can y'all help? You don't have nothing to do with that, do it?
Oh yeah, I can actually get your passports as well, and visas.
Okay.
So what's the difference between a visa? What's the difference between a visa and a passport?
Yes.
Like, what is a visa? You hear that? You hear that
So
a lot
usually,
now doing politics. People's visas expiring and all that. What is a visa?
Right. So usually that's just the temporary, basically your temporary. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not from this country or that particular country. Because we got some business partners that even like in the Barbados, that they have to have a visa even coming here, but it's only temporary. Some people, have a work visa, which again, it has an an end date. Unlike, yes, your passport has an end date, but your passport goes to 10 years. But that visa, it would only probably be about maybe I think it's only like a year or 2 years or so for the visa. And you always have to make sure you get them. And not all times that you're going to be approved for a visa. They can deny you from getting a visa as well. But yeah, help get all of that. But yeah, that's the big difference between those, the visa and a passport. That's a really great question as well.
What are the requirements for a visa? Like, what would cause a person not to be given the grace to have one?
And I think it's one of the biggest ones would be, of course, again, if you are a criminal. I mean, if you're a criminal, one. And I think if if they have a discrepancy within your paperwork, maybe if it is a birth certificate or your social, your social security card or so, or the information that you're putting in. So I think that would be the only thing, the reason why you would be denied. Okay. Because it don't have anything to do with your income. Okay. And sometimes when you don't get it in, and what I'm saying, of course, in time enough. So they're not going to, because they're not going to rush it. Now, we do have certain places here in the United States. I know there's one in Charlotte, Georgia, Dallas, Texas, and I think up in DC, that those are some of the spots that you can actually go and get your passport. And of course, they expedite those. And those are the ones that you can actually get within a day. No, Bo. I can't. No, it is not on there. Look, that's cute.
Now, sometimes you might have to pay for 2 seats now if you're booking a plane for a flight. Right?
You do, yeah, you do. But
I'm gonna be honest with Bo now.
Look, but no, and see, this is the thing. So, and let's just say, because what I'm saying, of course, I know Bo. So if he had to get a flight, what I would actually tell him now, say, look, so Bo, of course, again, we can't do the comfort seats, although they do give you a little bit more room. But if you really want to be comfortable in your seat, if you don't want to pay for 2 seats, which is almost like you paying for 2 seats, go to the business class. Get your seat in the business class and you'll absolutely be comfortable. But you also have some additional amenities when you're actually in the business class compared to just having a comfort seat. Because even if you do a comfort seat, then you still may have to pay for, 2 seats. Some people get a little, they get a little in their feelings, even if they sit next to some people. So I've seen it all types of ways when, it's certain people, they just don't want to sit by. And I just always say, look, I paid the same amount of money that you paid. What we doing? We going to the same spot. But yeah, you will get that as well. Bo, come on, look, Bo, we just gonna get on the flight together. We gonna get on the flight together. I got you, bro.
Bo gonna be like Bo gonna be on that like donkey. I'm looking down. Don't look down.
I know. Nah, look here. We gonna hit him with something to drink right quick. Hey, he need a shot. Give him a shot right quick. Yes. Calm them nerves. Give him a shot.
Bo go book that trip, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
As we get older, we get into like a bucket list type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
When you get to a certain age, you get to the point where, man, I just want to live. You know what I'm saying? I just want to do some stuff I ain't never did before. Go some places I ain't never been before.
Yeah.
And a lot of destinations I want to go to, they're not places like Jamaica. They're like wonders of the world. Like what I said, the waterfall thing, Niagara Falls, and the Grand Canyons. Beautiful. Those are the things. These are the things I want to see. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Niagara Falls is really pretty from the Canadian side. So of course, when I was stationed in New York, we would drive down. So it was a 3-hour drive from where we were stationed at in Watertown to Buffalo. But yeah, we went down, but we stayed on the American side, but we just walked over to the Canadian side, and that's where you're able to see the waterfalls, and you're able to see a lot more. So when you're on the United States side, you're just kind of looking at the waterfalls. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of looking over. But on the Canadian side, you can actually see the waterfalls in front of you, and then they do, they'll light up the waterfalls. They have the fireworks and all. It is beautiful because it's amazing because you just like, wait a minute, like this water just keep flowing. Like, where's it coming from? Like, how did it go there? And I thought, they also have a boat that they would actually take you into the falls and into the loop of the. Yeah, Jen, I told you I can't swim, girl. It was, once we got too close to that water, where that water falling at, I was like, okay, y'all turn the boat around, turn. It's time to turn. It's time to turn.
Exactly.
But it was amazing. I had to be brave because I had my daughter with me. So, yeah. I had to be brave.
So y'all just not dropping in. We have Lucretia Gordon here in the building today. She's a U.S. Army veteran, travel agent, and founder of Gordon Global Enterprise. And her motto is sharing is caring. So she's here to share with y'all some good information about traveling. Mm-hmm. So if y'all have any travel questions y'all want to ask, plan ahead of time. She'll tell y'all plan ahead of time. And that's, to me, I think that's one of the biggest problems with me. Mm-hmm. Jennifer is what? You're a planner, God.
A planner? Listen, my mind.
You got to keep it together.
We talk about this all the time. I'm more like a spontaneous type person.
That's true.
And she's a planner. She planned everything, like, what I'm saying? Yeah. She playing when she gonna go get gas. You know what I'm saying?
I plan my day. I plan my week.
Right. Exactly.
Just, I like spontaneity, but at the same time, life is easier when you plan.
Very
so you're
much
not
so.
fumbling and running around trying to, do all these last minute things. If you have a
forget
checklist,
anything.
you sit down and you think about
Yes.
everything, you don't miss anything. So yeah, I'm
I
a
agree.
planner at heart.
And
Yeah.
y'all,
Absolutely.
we have our website strolling at the bottom.
Mhm.
Y'all can catch it. So y'all write it down. I mean, if y'all ain't traveling, if y'all know anybody who's traveling, so
Yes.
give them Crecia's information. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Thank you. Absolutely.
And I call she my home girl because she's good.
That's right. Look, that's right. Look, and I was about to say, and see, like you, Jen, you have to make sure you plan because again, you want to make sure you have everything that you need. And what I also some of the times, even when my clients are actually traveling, I give them a little gift bag because a lot of times we don't think to take aspirins with us or Band-Aids. We don't think to take just a little tissue. You know what I'm saying? Because we might need some tissue. We don't also think a lot of the men don't think to get the chapstick. You're going to need chapstick, right? You know what I'm saying? So those are just some of the small things that I would kind of put, put in there. And even the floss picks. We don't think that, okay, well, you know what? No, you keep all that because you may not have that in your toiletry bag. But those are some of the tips. There's a lot of people that might not even know how to pack when you're traveling. So give them some of those resources or some of those things. You can actually purchase those bags those vacuum bags. That actually comes with a little pump that actually, once you put your clothes in, you can vacuum pack your bag and put them in your suitcase and it don't look so in disarray. Look, you'll get able to get everything you need in your bag.
But you know what though? That's why God created y'all. So when we forget, when I say, oh, maybe I forgot my toothbrush, she'll say, I brought you extra one.
That's it. And look, and that's another thing I have in that bag.
Extra deodorant, all that stuff.
Yes, definitely. Because he just throwing stuff in there. Just throwing it in there. I know, I got you. Tell me, I ain't got no lotion. Okay, here it is.
Yeah, we just went down to the panel. I forgot the deodorant. Said, yeah, you got deodorant. She got like 2-3 things of deodorant. I'm like, damn, she got regular deodorant. She got organic deodorant. I'm like,
whichever one you want. That's good. Absolutely. And another tip to y'all, I always tell my clients also. So anytime when you're going out of the country, 9 times out of 10, you're going to either come back in, Charlotte, you might come in through DC or Atlanta. If you want to be, kind of move when at this point, you're just like, I'm just ready to get home. But you got to come through customs. So when you're coming through customs, it might take you a minute. So that global passport control, before you go ahead and put that on your phone. Just download. That's an app. Okay. Global passport control. You'll see it is actually as an MPC. Once you actually, because you put your passport on your phone, basically. Right before you get ready to get to the control point, you take a pic. Look, get your body up on a white wall is your background. You can take yourself a selfie, add it to your passport. There's a different line that you go through than everybody else. That other line is going to take you about 2 hours to get through. That global passport, just wait. You might have to wait maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
So who runs the global passport? I mean, like, that's what I don't like about this stuff. They like, you go to the airport, they got clear and they got TSA. I'm like, this is all this.
So, and like for me, I have TSA pre-check. Now I don't do, TSA pre-check is $85 for 5 years. Clear is just, you just gonna get it, just a little bit more clearance, but neither one of them you're able to use overseas. So, and then with Clear, it is a monthly fee. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's either $129 or $149 a month. Wow. Well, I'm just gonna stick with my TSA pre-check. Because even just like I say, even coming back through with that global passport, that's gonna get me through the line quicker anyway. And in Atlanta about the only place that I know when you got TSA pre-check that the line is out of control, even TSA pre-check. You start thinking like, wait a minute, I thought this was the privilege. Everybody got pre-check, but that's the way to go though. Because again, now you don't have to take off your shoes. I don't have to take my toiletry out of my bag. I ain't got to remove my computer. No. I just done got to the point now.
When I'm traveling, say it ain't privilege, so everybody got it.
Right. Exactly. So, okay, everybody done upgraded a little bit now. Okay. I see the question. How do I make payments for the accommodation? Well, again, of course, you know what I'm saying, being set up, I would actually set you up to where you're able to do the payments. And then I can actually send you a link, depending on, you know what I'm saying, what it is that you're doing, send you a link and you're able to do your own payments. I'll be honest with you, a lot of the times, even when I'm doing groups, I would do the payments for them. Because again, one of the things is, it's not that I like to control, but I like to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, if you're going on this trip, to send you that reminder. Because if I just let you do it, so a lot of the times we be like, oh, shoot, I'm behind. No. So what I do is, if I'm setting up a group, I send to everybody, send their deposit. I say, okay, deposits are due on this such a date. Now, after that deposit, depending on, you know what I'm saying, how much is and let's just say if it was $1,000, but you got at least 5 months, you know what I'm saying, prior to you leaving, going on your trip. So I would break down your payments if they within those 5 months before you actually leave, before that final payment date. I set your final payment date out 15 days prior to the exact date, because I always give you that grace period. So just in case if you get to that, I want to make sure you get that grace period, because not everybody, hey, I don't have it today, I'm going to have it next Friday. Okay, that's part of that grace period. And still to make sure that you don't lose out on that final payment, or to make sure that you get all of your payments in. So I just kind of break it down for them, you know what I'm saying, and make it as easy as possible for them. That's another reason why I say when you plan out, you know what I'm saying, your payments could be anywhere between $50, $75 to $100 a month, compared to it being $300, you know what I'm saying, $300 or $400 a month, because you want to leave, you know what I'm saying, within 6 months or so. But yeah, that was a great question.
And y'all don't forget the question of the day, which actually was a question that I stole from Lucretia's Facebook page. If you became rich today, what would you do the first thing in the morning? Like if you hit the light of the night, you waking up. I'm like, hell, I ain't slept yet. I'm probably scared to go to sleep.
Right.
I'd probably be scared to go to sleep. When I hit the light of the night, I'm like, damn, I'm scared to go to sleep. Somebody might break in here around me. I'm like,
you trying to figure out what you finna do with all that money. I'm with Jen. We finna think about this thing here. Yeah.
So y'all post y'all answers. I just want to. It's a fun thing to do. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see what y'all got to say.
Definitely. And it definitely is better to get, you know what I'm saying, get your financial planner, get somebody else involved that's been doing money, you know what I'm saying, for a good minute. Because you don't want, like, so many people that, like, just like you look at those the basketball players, the football players, or any other sports guys, or girls, I say, or even in the music industry. They start getting all this money and don't know what to do with it. They just blow it. You know what I'm saying? Don't know, hey, you forgot you bought this. Hey, this came out. Remember, we took this out. You thinking you got this amount of money and you don't.
Yeah, definitely having somebody you trust. So
that is that too. Yes. Absolutely.
With a lot of money come a lot of problems sometimes.
Okay, let's say you see the question?
Yes. Okay. How do you handle emergency? Go ahead.
Yeah. So you on a trip and you break your leg. I got to go back home. It's the first day of my trip, a whole week, and I got to go back home. Do I lose all my money? Am I done?
No. And see, remember when I talked about that insurance? This is another reason why you want to make sure you get that insurance. Because even if you have to be, and let's say you have to be airlifted, well, that's part of your insurance. That'll come with your insurance. So that's why I always tell people, and I'll say, no, you want to make sure you get the highest part of the insurance. That means it's for cancellation for anything and everything. And then you also be able to, if you need to be airlifted, if you need to be hospitalized, you're already covered because of the insurance that you already have. But that is another very reason why you definitely want to get that insurance. But also, even if it was an issue with, let's say if it was an issue with your resort, well, guess what? Like I said, again, those suppliers, they'll be able to handle that, because the first time you call them and you say, hey, well, you know what? They told me I'm supposed to have, you know what I'm saying, a king room, but there's ants and there's ants all over the place. They're all in my clothes, whatever that may be. They're accustomed to, like, hey, I need you to move my client. I need you to find them to accommodate them, you know what I'm saying, better than what they are right now. And that's the easy part, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? Lucretia don't even find out about it until you get back, because the supplier have already handled it. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. But yeah.
This is some great information.
Yeah, some good information, y'all. Y'all have any more questions for Lucretia Gordon?
Yes. And thank you guys. Thank you. I greatly appreciate you even offering me and inviting me on to just share. Look, just share with the people out there.
If I hadn't read that question, I would.
That's good.
It's somebody we can have on tonight. But she said, well, I remember I was at the hospital visiting. That you was telling me you was like, biz on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And look at God.
But see, and then guess what? See, that's why I said, look, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna move some things around. But when you said 7 o'clock, that's why I said, oh no, that's perfect. Because actually it's 8 o'clock that usually I would be on. But I don't got to the point now, like I don't have to be on the 8 o'clock presentation. I've invited my guest on. I'm not doing a presentation. I have other leaders that are doing a presentation. So I don't have to be on that, that presentation. Because guess what? They're getting the same information as if I was doing a presentation. I do the presentations on Sundays, but I don't have to worry about Tuesday nights because we already have some other leaders that are already doing a presentation on Tuesday nights. So so this was perfect. Mm-hmm.
What is the cancellation policy for the accommodations?
So again, when you have that insurance, you can cancel at any time. And let's just say if you were doing a cruise and you didn't have or any of them, you didn't have the insurance. So if it's up to 9 times out of 10, most suppliers, they want full payments within 90 days prior to you leaving out. Now, if you just so happen to go past that 90 days, and let's just say it's 75 days prior to you leaving out, you would probably get anywhere between 50% of what what you paid on that cruise, or I'm gonna say that cruise, what you paid on there. But there's different in all of the policy. It's already broken down. I said I wish I had my chart with me, but it'll actually tell you anywhere between 75% to 50%. And again, the closer you get toward that date is, of course, the less money you're gonna get back. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah. But you are able to get it back. That's why I push. Get the insurance. Ooh, get the insurance. So I think, Lamar, that's what you heard me. Let me see. The most asked question. First, it's gonna be how much is it?
How much is it?
I was thinking probably
that's the most important question.
Yeah, right. How much is it?
How much it gonna cost me? You know what I'm saying?
That's it, exactly. Or
how far can I go with this amount of money?
That's it. There you go. Or most people ask,
what can you do for me?
And I'd be like, no, you're trying to go to your living room. Or a lot of people ask the question, or where can I go? You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times they don't know exactly where it is that they want to go. They know they want to go somewhere for their birthday, but they don't know where. But I always tell people, and I don't like this part here. Most people will say, you know what? I want to go to Jamaica for my birthday. And then we're going to put this trip together. And then as they start getting a little closer, then she said, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Or they may say, oh, I'm not going to go because my friend, you know what I'm saying? My friend that was going to go with me, they're not going to go now. I always ask the question, whose birthday is it? Is it yours or theirs? I said, because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't need nobody else to help me celebrate my birthday. I'm going regardless. It just so happened one of my BFF, her birthday is 2 days after mine. So we turn up at all times, anytime we going somewhere. Every time we doing it, we go, I know that's my ride or live chick. Not my ride or die, my ride or live chick. But that's one of the biggest questions is, you know what I'm saying, where can I go? Or what would you suggest? And I give them 3 options, you know what I'm saying? And I said, okay, so have you ever been, and that's like I asked you, Jen, where are some of the places that you've been? And that's what I asked them. Have you ever been to Cancun? Have you ever been to Jamaica? Have you ever been to the Bahamas? You know, have you ever been any other country or so? And if they haven't, and I'll say, okay, well, you know what? Let me send you a couple of quotes and let me send you a couple of properties. You take a look at it and you let me know. Instead of me picking the property for you, I'm going to send you the property and let you take a look at it. And you get to see any and all of the amenities, the same thing I'm able to see. And you let me know which one works better for you. So when I'm sending them a quote, I send them a high quote, I send them a medium quote, and I send them a low quote. Because guess what? A lot of the times, if there's anything that we're going to pay for, we absolutely will pay for our luxury. We're going to pay for it. If that is what we want, we're going to pay for that trip. Sometimes you might be saying, oh, girl, she ain't going to buy that right there. Well, look, she might want to swim out. You don't know what's in her pocket. So I just always say, get your hand out of their pocket. Let them make that decision, not me make the decision for them. That is a really good question.
Mm-hmm. Another question I have is, when you're booking these trips, are you mindful of the budget that people have? Like, are you booking what JetBlue versus Delta and Frontier? Are you like getting a value? Are you doing a value thing, or is it like you getting the best? Are you getting the best? Or are you trying to get the value?
So again, when I'm doing my interview, I will always have, tell my client, see, and I used to be that one to say, oh, no, I'm not doing no Spirit. But when I started flying last year,
that's what I'm trying to find, Spirit.
I know, but see, and that's the thing. So if I'm flying, because I was flying down to Fort Lauderdale twice a month, every month last year, I'm not going to pay Delta for that. I'm going on Spirit. And that's exactly what I would do. Spirit would get me there within an hour and 15 minutes. I will fly out of Atlanta, going down there. Now, when I'm going if I'm going to Barbados or if I'm going to Jamaica or Bahamas, I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be American Airlines or it's going to be Delta. But when I'm talking to the clients, I ask them, is it, I'm saying, what is it? Which one is your favorite airline? If they say, I can do it. And I say, okay, well, would you like to do Spirit? I can't tell you much about Frontier because I've never done Frontier. I've had, other people that has flown Frontier, but I haven't. So I tell them, I be honest with people. And I was like, no, I wouldn't suggest that you do that. And I always make sure anytime when I am planning, if there's a long delay, and I'll say, oh, no, you might not want to take that one right there because you got about a 5-hour delay. No, why you want to take a 5-hour delay when you can only do an hour and a half when you can go from Atlanta, and let's say you're going from Atlanta to Miami compared to Atlanta to Charlotte. Like, no, take the shorter one with the delay, even when, coming back. And I'll say, because it'll benefit you better than you just having to sit in the airport for, those multiple hours or so. I don't want to do it, and I'm not going to put anybody else through it to do it. So that's all. And anytime when I'm booking trips, I got to be honest with you, Lamar. I just kind of book it as if I'm going, because I don't want to put you to some place that I'm not going to do.
Yeah,
but you still have to be mindful of their budget.
Yeah, that was my point. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna book me 2 layovers?
I know.
You gonna have me going all the way up to Chicago, just to Miami?
And I tell you, and I think that's the only reason why I get excited when I am booking travel for somebody, because I swear I'm going. I'm telling you, I'm going. I book it as if I'm going. But yep.
All right, y'all got any more questions for Miss Gordon? Any travel question y'all got for Miss Gordon? And I thank y'all for tuning in, but y'all feel free to ask questions. This is the Everyday People Show. This ain't my show. This is your show. I'm doing this show for you to get viable information for you. You got a question, Gina?
Well, I want to shift it to you do wills. You do wills? Okay.
No, I don't do wills. No.
Okay. But you suggest that people.
Yes.
Do
them? Okay. We was on your page trying to dig up some information and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We came across a video you talking about wheels.
So, and of course, again, that's my marketing side. And that, again, is what I say. So, of course, being a network marketer, that's exactly what our company, afford us to be able to do. So as the position, a 1-star director. So as once you get a director with the company, now they actually send you some documents to whomever is your successor. You have to get that document actually notarized and send it back to the company. It is already binded. It's in our bylaws. It's not just, it is already being looked over through, by our lawyers. So that's another reason why. And I don't know, like I said on the video that night, I don't know why it just kind of hit me that way. And I said, but just knowing that, like I said, the presentation is going on right now. And that's the very thing that they're going to talk about. So that's a lot of people get caught up with, like, I don't want to build a team. I don't want to build a team. Now I was like, well, see, just the thing. You don't just want to book other people travel. You don't just want them. No, you want to share with them how they're able to book their own travel. I don't want to get your commission. I want to share with you how to get your own commission. I want to share with you now, because you're just looking at just booking travel. No, when you're able to share it with somebody else, and that's just like I said. So if anything happens to me, my team is going to keep growing. Guess what that means? That means the income continues to come into my household. So even when, like, we have people, when you go down, like if you get sick, if you have a team under you, although you sick, but your business is still going. But if you have a business when it's just you, when you go down, so does your money. That's why we say you want that business to where, and like J. Paul Getty, you guys don't know him. J. Paul Getty said, I would much rather get 1% out of 100 people than 100% out of myself. That's just it. You want to share with other people. You get other people on. And it's not that we're not making money off of each other. We make money together. That's why I say most people don't need a hand up. They need a hand up. Yep. So yeah, and that's what we say. Invest in yourself. Get that wheel, because y'all, we already know that GoFundMe is not a plan. It's not a plan.
And we know we leaving here one day.
Absolutely.
Whether we like it or not. That's one thing we're going to do, whether we like it or not.
Right. And and I've actually had people to where I was sharing, sharing this information with people, just kind of sharing. They're just like, oh, no, I don't do stuff like that right there. But the very next month, I had a family member that passed away. You have to go sell fish plates in order to pay for that funeral. And I said, see, when you could have started building this business, at least had some income coming in to where now you'll be able to help pay for that funeral. I'm like, but that's the conversation that we don't have, but we should be having.
We should have been having that long time
ago. Yeah.
And we miss out on a lot of wealth that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We live,
absolutely.
A lot of people, they build wealth that way.
That's exactly how they build wealth. Exactly. That's exactly it. Look, and I bet a lot of people don't even know that Oprah is a network marketer. We already know Warren Buffett is. If y'all know Richard Branson, he absolutely is. So Richard Branson, not only he got airlines.
He on Virgin.
Yes. Look, so you Virgin Airlines as well. So he had Virgin Airlines first. He got resorts. He got
ships.
Right. Look, right. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing, and that's the other thing when another tip for y'all, when you're going online and you're looking for those flights and you'll go from Expedia to Orbit to Priceline and all, it doesn't matter, y'all. It's the same. They all in the same industry. They all owned by the same person. You may find it maybe, a couple of dollars, but guess what? It's either going in the left pocket or the right pocket, but it's going to the same person.
And they make you think you're getting a deal over here when you're really dealing with the same people.
Exactly.
That's what I was telling Jen. Like a lot of these, you know how people like Barcott and all these still like Walmart and Target. They still own Dollar Tree and Dollar General and all these other. They still own them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Right.
People are going to gravitate towards the other.
You gonna spend it up anyway. Whether you gonna get the new stuff or the old stuff.
You better believe it. You better believe it. Absolutely. Yes, definitely. I'm telling you.
So, Prisha, we really enjoyed you coming on. If you got anything you want to share that we haven't, asked you that you want to talk about,
I would leave with the parting words of definitely get out of your comfort zone, get uncomfortable, go ahead and plan whatever trip it is, but definitely make sure you plan in advance. Find somebody that you trust, because again, I always say, even if it's not me, it's who. But even if you don't want to trust anybody else, trust yourself and invest in yourself. Book it from you. Earn your own commission. You're going to do it anyway to get your own commission. Back to you, Mr. Robert.
So what do you mean get your own commission? Other people saying, what should mean get my own commission? What do you mean?
Okay. So you're going to go on the trip anyway, because so now when you're booking travels, so the companies that you're booking with, no matter what company it is, they basically keep that commission. And let's just say, I did my nephew's cruise. I did his 40th birthday cruise. So with that particular trip, it was, I want to say it was 12 of us, if I can remember. 12 of us had gone on that cruise. So my commission was actually $500. I was going anyway. I went on the cruise as well, but it was $500. But it wasn't anything additional for everybody else. It was just that, again, so because I brought customers onto Carnival Cruise Line gave me basically a cut of what we paid them. So that's where the commission come in at. So you'll get a little cut of, and it can go anywhere between 10% all the way up to 16%, depending on if it's a hotel, resort, a cruise. So it's different things, that actually take on. So different suppliers pay different percentage of the commission. It's what it's paid out to IntelliTravel.
So this is truly ideal for people who love to travel.
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, let me ask you, what about timeshares? Can you
What
like,
about them?
you know what I'm saying? What about timeshares? Like, can you get people in different timeshares? Like, or you have to be a part of something like
Yeah,
that?
we don't do timeshares.
Oh, okay.
So and I always share with people, they'll be like, oh, I don't want to do that because I got a timeshare. And I always ask the question. I'll say, and of course, again, that absolutely, that's your money. But when you're looking at a timeshare, you're paying a maintenance fee every month. You don't stay there. Some of the times when you're trying to get, and let's just say you want to get it for spring break, it's not available. So what they'll try to do is they'll say, oh, well, you can go to another property. No, I don't want to go to Denver. I wanted to come to Florida. But guess what? It's not available. But how many other people are paying that same maintenance fee on that one property? And none of y'all own it. Compared to just booking your, just booking your trip, go and come on back. But it's just you only paying for what, what you're doing at that time, not monthly.
You know,
So
they have those.
It's another rent, another mortgage.
They have those timeshare trips that people go to these timeshare trip. They might go to somewhere.
They got to go through that 90-minute briefing.
Yeah, that 90-minute briefing.
Yeah,
I've been there.
A lot of fast talking.
Yes, and let me tell you something. Right, my husband and I had gone to Jamaica.
They actually tricked me into it one time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
No. Look, and see, and I think so. This is the trick with us, with my husband and I. So one, because we were military, and then also because I'm a travel agent. So they don't like to sell to military, and they don't like to sell to travel agent. So I didn't disclose that until the end. When it's by this time, I got irritated because I told you no too many times, right? But and we only went because the young lady, she was just like, I just need to get there. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go, but this is not why I came on vacation. I did not come here for no darn presentation. I said, so yeah, I'm gonna go look at this property, and which has actually made me fall in love with the Royalton property. But I was like, okay, we're going to go look at it. So we get in the presentation, and of course, y'all already know how it goes. It started out with $100,000 or so, and they'll break it all the way down to $299. I said, well, we didn't start with $299. What are we doing? I said, see, you don't waste my time, and I don't waste your time because we should have started at $299. You might have would have had me, but I'm like, no, It's like,
and
no.
You know, some slick talking dudes
sure
in there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then they'll tell you, well, hold on, let me just I can't do it, but let me let you go and let you talk to my finance. I tell them, I don't care who you're going to go talk to. I'm not talking to them. I don't want a timeshare. And I was like, so no, thank you. Now I'm just here because I honor my word and told the young lady that I was going to come. And now I'm getting ready to leave. But ma'am, just hold on a minute. So I have gotten up and walked off, y'all. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I told them, I said, yeah, I'm done.
They'll pressure you. It's like sitting there like, what do I do? What do I do?
Right. And and that is absolutely their sales pitch. That's their sales pitch. Yep. So you just have to know, just stand on, stand on it and just kind of think about it again. Do you actually, because I had a business partner that every time she goes, she'll call me. So she was like, hey, but they're saying they did it. I said, let me ask you this. I said, look, I'm not running anything in your household. I said, can you afford to pay the maintenance fee on that, pay the rent in your house, and pay the rent in your mama's house? I said, oh, and then you got another property that you rent out. Can you afford that? Oh, no. I said, well, why are you calling me? I'm gonna need you to get off the phone, get out of them people place. Oh, I mean, you know what? They gonna get. I said, I get it. You just want your free room. No, go back to your house. That's a free room because you're already paying for it anyway. But every time. But I was like, yeah, you just got it again, because I didn't come from money. I'm always money sense. Nah, if I'm gonna pay for it, yeah, I'm gonna get something from it. But yeah, that's good. That's good. And I greatly appreciate you guys inviting me on. I have absolutely enjoyed myself tonight.
And we appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you coming on. We hope we ain't held you too long or nothing like that. But
look, I will let y'all roll in because I don't know how long you was gonna go. So that's why I'm gonna let you roll with it. I'm just gonna flow.
It's been wonderful. Gosh,
yes.
I've just informed with things I didn't know. So I appreciate
good deal.
it.
That's good.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Chris, for coming on.
Absolutely. Well, all right, y'all.
Sharing is caring. I got to. If y'all tuning in, if y'all missed it, y'all can always rewind this when we are done. If y'all got any plans for next year, travel plans, since you tell y'all plan ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? Plan ahead of time. talking shit is just for playing it. Talking shit ain't a plan.
Right.
I was trying to do that little saying we used to have back in the day.
Yes.
What they say? I forgot to say it. They had take mind by land. You know what I'm saying?
You said which one?
They say somebody talking shit just for playing and to take mind by land. Talking shit just for playing.
Look, that sounds good right there. But look here, I do know, I will say this right here. I understand, and I think you and I, when we were talking in the hospital, you said you had never been on a cruise.
I've never been on a cruise. Never been on a cruise.
Okay.
I want to do one this year. I wanted to do one this year.
Okay.
But but time went by. You know what I'm saying? Time fly by so fast,
Yeah.
Christian.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
It does. Yes, it does.
I probably need to start planning it this year. You know, probably start planning it this year. Next year.
I done set you up for that question right there, because you already know my brother done called me 3 times because he want to do a cruise and he want all y'all to go on a cruise with him.
Yeah, I talked to you. He told me about that.
And February next year. So
February next year.
I am sending him the quote tomorrow.
So that's a cruise you going on, or just you going on another trip?
Oh yeah, I'll be on that one as well.
Oh, okay, February next year.
Yeah, I'll be on that one as well.
Okay,
he want all y'all. He want to make sure y'all are there. So I'm not gonna take you out there. I'm not gonna do no 6 day, no 5, no 7. No, I'm gonna take you 4 days. That's it. I don't need you to go a fool on that. You know, we don't know how you're gonna act on the boat, so we need to make sure we take you slow.
I can do 4 days. I can do 4 days.
And like I say, you know what I'm saying? So I know, because you've never been on one, I know to make sure that your cabin is in the middle of the ship. So, you know what I'm saying? Again, that's another tip.
Make sure the cabin middle of the ship, make sure they got bracelets and pills and everything.
Yeah.
We're going to get you the patch behind your ear.
I don't want to be laying down the whole trip.
We got you. Look, we got you, buddy. We got you. Absolutely.
Well, Chris, we appreciate you coming on and chopping it up with us, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
We got her information strolling at the bottom. We'll have it on for the rest of the show. We got 20 more minutes to go on the show. So we're gonna get into a few relationship questions. You know what I'm saying? So
thank y'all. I appreciate y'all.
We appreciate
you, Lucretia Gordon, y'all. Give her a hand.
Thank y'all. Yes, and thank y'all for all of the questions. Those are some great questions. So y'all know how to hit me up. Again, it's Lucretia Gordon on Facebook. It's also Lucretia Gordon 3 on Instagram. So that's how you need to find me. Lucretia lag.lg@gmail.com. If you need to email me. And that's Lucretia ag.lg@gmail.com.
All right, my sister. We sure appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely. Y'all have an amazing rest of the evening. Yes.
All right, you too.
Definitely. All right, then.
Thank you
Thanks.
for your time.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Great information. I truly appreciate it.
Did y'all get enough information? Did y'all get that information she had, man? We sure do appreciate her for coming on. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. What you want to do? We got a question. We want to start. We got a little question. We got it.
Let me see. I think it was one.
20. We got 20 minutes to go, so maybe we can talk about something. We can just have a real conversation and act like ain't nobody here.
What's this right here? What is that? Was that something you came up with?
That was a relationship question we had last week.
Yeah.
When you enter a relationship, should you change?
Okay, you put chance.
Oh, see.